Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 2.1 of the ATM Star Guide for All the Mods 8. In this short video, we'll cover a request by you. Dizzy Gaming Dad says, if I connect an ordered sorter to the energizing orb and put 3 items in, it will start putting them in, but it doesn't stop when there's 3 in it. It keeps filling up the orb, so it doesn't start crafting. I actually had that problem in my Let's Play with a different setup. And had I known that ordered sorters existed and worked as they do, I wouldn't have kept my setup. But unfortunately, well, unfortunately, all the items that I actually needed were already completed for the ATM star by the time I realized that ordered sorters were a thing. Ordered sorters are actually really amazing for this entire setup, and I'll explain why here in a second. First thing to note is that the energizing orb can only have 6 items in its inventory. Now you can see that in JEI by the slots here, but you can also tell that by putting items in and watching a comparator output a signal. Okay, so with 1, you can see that it's outputting 1 and nothing past that is getting a signal. Okay, you can only go up to 6. So you get a power 6 all the way down to a 1. Now that's important because you can set this up for any recipe that takes 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth up to 6. Okay, so what I have set up here right now is a setup for the energized steel. Okay, now I have nothing in here just yet, but the way I have this set up is I have an ordered sorter set down with pulling out of the barrel and pointing towards an energizing orb. If you don't know how to set up an ordered sorter, all you have to do is make sure that you're going to be sneak clicking, sorry, on an inventory. And then notice how this is pointing towards me. I would come to the side, sneak, and right click again, so that way it points. See how it just stuffed all of that in there? Now this one's not set up properly because I don't have anything here. And this is the problem that you're running into, where it's putting in too many items and it's not allowing it to craft. So the way you do that is you apply a redstone comparator, and then you can output or have 3 redstone dust here, so that and going into a redstone transmitter. Now, the way these transmitters work is you have to place down a transmitter and notice that it says no channel set. Okay. You then have to have a redstone receiver and you right click it. The channel is now set. So these 2 right here are now tied together. Okay. So what we can do is right click on this one. Now I had already set this one up, so it has a channel, but then we can place it. And now what's happening here is that there's a signal going into here, coming back to the receiver, and applying a redstone signal to the ordered sorter. Notice here how this ordered sorter doesn't have any image on it, but this one, when I'm looking at it, it does. Okay, the ordered sorter literally orders and sorts based on how you provide the information. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to, with the recipe on your hotbar, you can right click on the face with each item, and now it's going to supply this energizing orb with these items in that order. Okay, so what we can do now is paste it with 1 item in there. Do you see how the ordered sorter only allowed for the 1 ingot to go in? No, the same thing with the heart. It doesn't skip back to the first ingot until it's completed this recipe. You see how the unobtainium ingot is now the one that's going to be put in? Okay, so now it's going to start charging. This might actually take a while. So what I'll do here is I will pull the other stuff in. Okay. So this is now producing, and I have modular router set up with a polar. Okay, this is set to energized steel, whitelisted. And what I did was I sneak clicked on the top here. Now it pulls, and then this sender is just going to another inventory, and it does not have a filter on it because it's going to send anything. What you can do is you can set up, 3 or 4 different polar modules for that energizing orb, that one, and the other ones that you set up. And then you can have one sender module sending to an inventory. All right, now with this alloy ingot done, I would like to step you through this. So it is now only supplying a power of 1, but it has an item stuck in its inventory. Now you can use any sort of piping method that you want in order to get the item out. I personally like the wireless method of using modular routers. Modular routers may seem a little intimidating at first, but they're great for doing a lot of things wirelessly. So you just place it down, okay? And with the polar module, what you want to do is right click it to open it, put your item inside of this 3x3, and set this to a whitelist. Okay, this polar module is now set up to pull an unobtainium aluminum alloy ingot, but you have to set the location to where it's pulling from. So sneak right click on your inventory, meaning the energizing orb, and you can probably do this from any side that you want. I just happen to choose the top. Okay, and now we can put the polar module in there, and you can see that it now pulled it, and the next item has gone in and it started crafting. Okay, and it's locked it again using the transmitter and the receiver. Okay, so now this is going to go into another crafting loop. Eventually, this modular router will pull another ingot out of the energizing orb. And now what we can do is we can set the sender module to send it over here. And with that, we're going to leave it here. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like on it and sharing with your friends. Don't forget to click that subscribe button for future videos. And please, don't be afraid to ask questions. I am more than willing to help you out. Please drop a comment. Let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for chilling.